So if Darnold wins in a few days, maybe Mac Jones' trade value goes up just by proxy because he's like the next in line. What about Purdy? If Sam Darnold wins the Super Bowl, does that diminish Brock Purdy's resume at all? I mean, he's sort of no, he has great numbers, but he's also sort of known as the guy who wins and is clutch. But he didn't win the Super Bowl with the super team. And Darnold, what if he does? Does all of a sudden people be like, is he better than Purdy? Like, what's at stake for Brock this weekend?
I don't think that what Darnold does in this game, one way or another, speaks too much about Purdy, other than if you talk to Sam Darnold, he's going to tell you that the turnaround of his career was not in Minnesota and was not Kyle Shanahan. It was Brock Purdy. So I actually kind of think that if you're an NFL quarterback prospect and you're actually listening to the dialogue and listening to what Darnold is actually saying, you would do anything to back up Brock Purdy to be here to learn from him, because it's clear that his preparation, his film study, his mental reps are really good. I mean, Fred Warner just called Brock Purdy the best quarterback in the NFL and said that he processes better than every other quarterback in the entire league. Now, that you could easily say, well, that's a guy backing his guy, but nobody made him say that. And he never said that about anybody else. So,
He also had some really, really big praise for Justin Herbert, but they're not teammates. But he's like, dude, just standing across the line of scrimmage from him. I mean, he can do things that no one else can do. And when he says talks about Brock and his progressions, I wonder, it's like, man, you're not really in the quarterback room. Does anyone on the team really know Brock's progressions other than Mac Jones, Curtis Rourke, Mick Lombardi, Kyle Shanahan? Maybe not. I don't know. But I always appreciate Fred Warner supporting his teammates and his quarterback. And I do think Brock Purdy's very good. But I think it'd be interesting if Darnold wins this. I mean, it's not going to look great for anyone in the 49ers organization that Darnold could go away. And no one really thought anything of him a month ago. We picked the Niners to beat him because of Darnold. And all of a sudden he puts it together. It's like, geez. I don't know. That's all I have to say.
If he played like an all-timer and it was like right now, if you go down to Levi's, it'll make you puke. I mean, there's a Sam Darnold mural that's like bigger than the hospital that I was born in. I mean, it's just a gigantic, ridiculous like Manhattan-sized mural, right there on the stadium. So that the fact that your backup quarterback, who's now in your division, beats you on the way to being the poster child for this Super Bowl in your stadium, yes, it has to sting a little bit. But I actually kind of think that this game's going to validate who everybody actually is. And I don't think Sam Darnold's going to play great. I think he played great against the Rams. The Niners were not ready for him at all, not ready for the Seahawks in any way. They were outgunned. And I think New England's got a good defense, and I think he's going to throw a pick or two, and I think he's going to look very much like Sam Darnold. That would be my guess.
I guess if he wins, you could say, can you win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy getting paid $53 million a year? I don't know. But I know you can win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold making $33 million a year. And that would be rough for the 49ers. Again, they didn't have to do that extension so quickly. They could have waited. They had Mac Jones. If they hadn't given Brock Purdy the extension that they gave him last year, and this year happened exactly the way it happened, where he had some really great stretches, but he missed 8 games, and Mac Jones showed that he can run the offense too, you think he'd still be in that $53 million a year range right now?
Well, I mean, it's just like that's where, I mean, is he better than Hurts? I would say yes. To me, Hurts. How you could separate Hurts and Purdy. I don't know that I could. To me, it's like if I'm his agent, I'm saying he's as good as Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts is making 53 a year. My guy deserves 53 a year.
You think the Eagles are happy about that?
Actually, I think they are, but I think they're going to figure it out that Tanner McKee is.
I think the rest of the league figured it out. The Big 25 says, what this team needs is to bring in, we got you. Hold on. Corey Coleman says Crosby to Seattle. Mafe walks in free agency and 77 in cap space.
They do have a ton of cap space. Yeah. Once again, I mean, the rich get richer. This is what happens when you draft well. You have a lot of cap room, and they've drafted well.
I'm thinking Dallas or Detroit's more likely. Hog20 says Niners can't move on from Juice until they move on from their scat back philosophy. They need a big back with decent speed that can make his own holes. The thing about McCaffrey at this point is he's not big, he's not fast, he doesn't make guys miss at a high rate, and he doesn't get a lot of yards after contact, but he's a good receiver.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna win when they make him part of a group. The guy that I'd be looking for in the running back market is I think David Montgomery is going to be a cap casualty in Detroit. He's an Iowa State guy. He's a good charging runner. He's a solid back. To me, let McCaffrey do the Jahmyr Gibbs role. Get Montgomery, draft a back, have a three-headed monster. Don't put it all on Christian. This year it was all on Christian, and then don't lean on Jordan James either. But if let him surprise you if he's good. But
Oh, I love that call. Actually, I mean he did play college football with
Brock.
He overlapped with Brock Purdy, and he's the exact type of running back they need who would complement.
Solid.
Yeah, I love that. Great call. Joseph Verbrick says, I can't wait to be angry about the draft picks. I love you, Joseph. Blood Moon says, it wasn't because of Sammy Cheeks, it's the defense. He's Trent Dilfer 2.0. They don't trust Darnold. Rely on K9 and JSN. Take him away, D, he's done. Okay, would you say that the 2025 Seahawks is a more talented team, quarterback aside, than the 2023 49ers?
Is this Seahawk team better than the Niner team that went to the Super Bowl 2 years
Quarterback
ago?
aside.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're more talented because they've got the number one receiver. They got a really great back. They've got a really great tight end. That kid Barner is awesome, and their line is really good. And now adding Zabel. Zabel's a tremendous guard. I think he's going to be a great guard for years and years. They got good tackles. Yeah, they're better. And then defensively, they've all three levels. They've got speed. Yeah, I like Seattle's defense.
Kittle,
like
Trent Williams, offensive player of the year, McCaffrey. I don't know. I think it's an argument. Slow Civic Garage says the Red Rocket. Is that Sam Darnold? It sounds kind of weird.
Is that Sam Darnold's nickname?